Shavua Tov, everyone. Welcome to Tillis Tells Stories for Saturday night. The title of this week's video is The Rebbe That Obliterated the Haftorah. I adapted the story from the book Stories My Grandfather Told Me by Zev Greenwald. Rabbi Yechezkel of Shinova once stayed in a small town for several days during the week. On Thursday, the townspeople came to ask him whether he had planned to stay with them over Shabbat, so that they might know if they needed to make suitable preparations. "What difference does it make whether I am here for Shabbat or not?" he replied sharply. "What sort of preparations did you have to make for me?" And that's all he said. He would not add another word. Rabbi Yechezkel Halberstam was the eldest son of the Divrei Chayim, Rabbi Chaim Halberstam of Sams. As an emissary of his father, he founded the San synagogue in Tzfat in approximately the early 1870s. He served as the Rabbi of Shinova from 1855 till 1868. Then there was a gap when he was in the Holy Land, and then again from 1881 till his passing on the 5th of Tevet in 1899. Many of his Torah insights into scripture, law, and Kabbalah are collected in Divrei Chayim. The townspeople still did not know whether or not the Rebbe would be staying for Shabbat. But when Friday morning came and he showed no signs of traveling on, they understood that he meant to stay. So they began to make preparations in his honor. Early on Shabbat morning, before davening, before the prayer service began, Rabbi Yechezkel asked, "Where does the tailor live, the one whose son is about to be married and who is being called up to the Torah today?" Although surprised at this question, they pointed out the tailor's home to the Rebbe. He went there together with the Torah scroll and enough men to make a minyan in the home in order to hold Shabbos minyan morning services in the tailor's house. Like most small villages, this one had an eruv that allowed carrying on Shabbat. The other members of the minyan were shocked when, after reading of the Torah portion was concluded and the Chatan was called up to the Torah for maftir, the Rebbe began to bang forcefully on the table with his hand. He kept up this noise until the Chatan had finished reading the Haftorah and its concluding blessings. The people did not understand the meaning of this tumult. Still, they assumed the Rebbe had his reasons, as indeed he had. Before Shabbat, the tailor's son had come to see him. "I never formally studied it in my life," he said, "and I don't know how to read the Haftorah properly. I'm terrified about getting up in front of the whole congregation to read. Please, Rebbe, what shall I do?" "I'll give you my advice on Shabbat," the Rebbe had answered. And that had been Rabbi Yechezkel's advice, turned into actions, remaining in town for Shabbat for the sake of the young Chatan, bringing a minyan to pray in the Chatan's own home, and banging on the table as the young man read in order to save him from possible mockery and laughter. That was the Rebbe's advice come to be and was fulfilled. The Divrei Yechezkel's Yortzeit is the cause of an annual celebration in our city, Tzfat. Sans Hasidim from Netanya joined their colleagues in the Divrei Chayim shul he founded, and many local people attend too. May his remembrance be a blessing for them, for all the residents of Tzfat, the holy city, and for all who watch this video, and all the Jewish people. And, of course, I must mention that this date, the 5th of Tevet, is cause for the last 4 decades or so, has been a major celebration day for Chabad Hasidim all around the world. Shavua Tov.